Welcome back. Hopefully you found that to be pretty easy, and we can move on to the final phase of this particular training program. Now we have found a tenant, we've got an application, we've sent the information to the owner about how to use mysmartmove.com, and now the landlord gives the approval for the applications. Let's talk about the application approval process. One, the landlord has to give notice in writing that they have approved the tenant and under what terms. This is a form, a TAR form, that you can use to do this, or you can give the landlord to do it. Number two, prepare the lease agreement in accordance with the landlord's instructions. Number three, collect all the money from the tenant, including the deposit, the first month's rent, and any prorated rent. All right. Pay attention to this part of number three. All money in the form of cashier's check or money order, not a personal check, and don't take cash. Cashier's check or money order only must be payable to Judge Fight Company Inc. escrow account. Notice the payable person. Judge Fight Company Inc. escrow account. Now it could say Century 21 Judge Fight Company Inc. That's okay. But the point is, that is the way this has to be filled out. Because this money, remember the commingling? This money must go into an escrow account. We get the tenant's signature on the lease. We send all the documents to the landlord, and all documents must be signed by the landlord because they are managing the property. You do not have the authority ever to sign for a client or a landlord. Retain all copies of documents for our files. Remember, keep our files secure. Next, we have the tenant sign for the keys and the garage door openers. What do you mean? You mean I just can't hand them to them? No. You got to have them signed for them. It's amazing how many times, remember we manage over 1,800 units at this sitting, and it's amazing how many times they walk in and say, well, I only got this and I only got that, and you didn't give me this and you didn't give me that. You have them sign for this stuff. You give the tenant the residential lease inventory and condition form. The tenant has 48 hours to return this document to the landlord. Only 48 hours. These are governed by the Texas Property Code. It is very important that this information be handled properly. The tenant to provide an updated contact information. Sorry about the background phone here. Sorry about that. Anyway, the tenant is to provide updated contact information. In other words, their name, their phone number, their email address, etc. And you turn in the completed file to the office for processing. Make sure the other broker and agent are paid in a timely manner. All of our checks will be cut by the accounting department. The reason for that is we must gain control of our escrow account. So there may be a little delay in getting these checks out, both to you and your commission, as well as the other agent being paid. In other words, they can't do this from the branch. It must be written from the accounting department because it's a totally different bank account than our company's operating account. I think you're getting the message by now. Secure your files. Make sure we have all the documentation necessary in our files at the office to protect our interest in case litigation or issues arise in the future. This is the most litigious part of our business. We are working hard to protect your license and your income from litigation or future issues with the Real Estate Commission. Happy leasing. There are opportunities here. The market does shift in cycles. In the last few years, leasing has been a way of life for many of our real estate professionals to make a very good sum of money into their family income. Take advantage of this opportunity. However, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Refer it to another agent that does want to do it. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. There is a quiz and then a final exam following the last section of the quiz. Happy leasing!